Let's go to Lico's 2223. Sum of scores of building string. For this question, it gave us original string S, right? And we are going to build this S. So we can build this we should build this character one character at a time, prepending each new character in front of the string. So for example, we have this B. So what we are going to compose is that we have first have B, right? And then we append A here, then append B here, then append A here until we finish, right? The thing is that it says that if for example we append B, right? If we append B, we find there is a prefix here, right? From this kind of string, we'll add this as a score of its length, right? So this is +1. And when append AB, right? There is no suffix. It's not start from A, right? So this is 0. Then we append BAB, right? So we'll say there is BAB here, right? So this kind of score it is 3, right? And AB is 0, right? So, and also in the end, we just have the whole part. That is, this is 5, right? So the result will be 1 + 3 + 5 = 9, right? So what we're thinking about is that instead we simulate the process of construct this kind of strings. We can think about what we actually add, right? So we'll say if we have start I from 1, right? This one does not match the prefix of this string. So this is 0, right? So, but we start when we go to 2, right? So what is the maximum length we match for this string, right? So that is 3, right? And this A does not match anything. And this B is 1, right? Because it matches this one. So we'll say this is actually the Z array, right? And also we need to have the whole length because this part we need to add as well, right? So what we do is that we just, for this question, add the sum of the Z array, okay, will be our result. And also the first part, the whole path, right, plus length, right? So if we know that the algorithm for matching, this question is very simple. So what about the Z algorithm for matching? So if we have a string S, right, we are going to, for example, this is S, right? We are going to create a Z array. It has the same length as S. So what Z array represent is for this I means start from this character, right? What's the length? It matches the prefix for this S. So for example, if we have, for example, A, B, D, right? And here we have A, B, C, right? So I'll say this AB matches this AB, right? So we'll say this SI, right, equals 2. And this B does not start from the index 0. This is 0, this is 0, right? So if we have, for example, we have another A, B, D, right? So this will be 3, right? Because this matches, right? This B will be 0, this will be 0, right? So So the things that we know for the algorithm, right? So if we already match, we calculate this I have match, for example, from this left to right, left index to this right index. Then we move iterate this I to here, right? To inside this box. We know every character, they have an corresponding character in the prefix, right? So that means that for this Z, for example, J, right? It has a corresponding of the J minus L, right? Minus left. So the things that if we have this kind of the G minus L smaller than our right bound of the smaller than the corresponding part of for example this one to here, right? Smaller smaller than this, right? So we are able to say this ZJ equals ZJ minus L, right? In a way, this extent of the outside of the Z box, we have to do the brute force to match one by one. So that is the algorithm of Z box. So let's write code for this. It will be if we know we know the Z algorithm. This question should be very straightforward. So we'll have char array plus 2 char array, and we'll have int n equals array data length, and r equals to 0. Right. This is going to maintain the left bound and the right bound of the Z box. We're going to create a Z array, right? Means from this index, what's the length it can match the prefix of the string. And what we are going to have a result, right? Because let's set this one as n, right? Because for Z box, normally we set the first index I to be 0, the Z0 to be 0, right? Normally we set that as 0. Sometimes if you, for this question, we can set the Z0 to be length, right? But it's not straightforward. So let's set this one as n. And what we do is for int I equals to 1, I smaller than n, I plus plus, we'll say the I should be max.max, right? Because we cannot have the length smaller than 0, and max.min. Z I minus left, right? And we cannot be outside of the Z box right bound. So that would be I minus R minus I plus 1, right? Because that is the length, not index, right? So I have this one plus 1. And what I will say is that if actually for this one, we may not finish the Z calculation, right? Because if we have this one just to the right bound, right? So on this part, right, it has a corresponding range on the prefix. Then we still need to check the characters after this box one by one. Also, we need to maintain the new the box. So we'll say while I plus the I smaller than n, and let's say let's say array, right? Array Z zi, right? Because now we are just out of this part. So that is the original corresponding prefix of the z box. The box is here, right? So we have a mirror here. So we're trying to see whether this kind of character they equal, right? So if they equal, that means if array I plus the I are equal, right? Then we'll say we can maintain our left equal to I and right equals z plus I plus zi, right? And we can extend our z array, z array plus plus. So for this question, what we need to do is that we just for every calculator zi, we just add to our result, right? Plus equal to zi. In the end, we just return result. And convert it, change this one to Python, Python code. It will be similar. So if we change this one to Python, we'll have n l right n equals length of str and s, right, s, and the left to be 0, right to be 0, right? So we are going to create an z array equals this, the length of n, right? And we'll have result equals to n, right? Do the same thing. And for I in range 1 to n, for so we'll say zi equals max, at least the length can be not be 0, right? I mean the I minus left, right? And because this one on the mirror part of the prefix, it already be calculated, and it cannot extend of the range of the right box because outside of the box we didn't do any match yet. So we'll do this, right? And then we'll say while I plus zi smaller than n, and array that is s, right? S and zi equals s dot I plus zi. Then that means we can extend our z box. We'll have left right equals left will be I, right will be I plus the I. Now we'll have zi plus equal to 1, right? So in this case, we just have a result add equal to zi, right? And in the end, we just need to return result.